Hello, crafty friends. Welcome into the studio. DJ here, Hither and Yon Studio, and we're going to do a little something in the cottage garden journal. So we're not doing a spread today. I have a fun little make that we can do in our center signature for June. And it involves those yellow flowers that I gave you. I said, save this for a special project. So that's what we're going to do today. It's super easy, so this won't be a really long video. But if you've never done it before, and this has been around forever, but if you've never done this before, then just pay attention to where I'm gluing what, because that'll be important. Okay, so we're going to put it in the center signature here of my June. So you can see I have my string here. This is normally where, you know, the signatures would dangle, but I cut them really short because we're not even going to see them. And then I cut out 2 pieces of this paper to fit as side pockets here because I didn't want to lose the space. And I'm not going to put anything in there right now, but I wanted to have them, and I made my little notches on the top and down here on the bottom, as you can see. I don't really want them in the middle because what we're going to do is going to be in the middle here, but I'm going to turn them into pockets, and we're going to glue these down first. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good crafty day. If you're new here, welcome in. We are working on my Q2 kit. It's free until the end of June, so if you haven't received it, there's a link down in the description, and you can go ahead and get it for free for a little bit longer now. And there's journal pages, and there's all these little bits, fussy cuts, so many good pieces in this one, and it's called a cottage garden journal. And we've been making this since April, so there's a lot of videos before this one you can go check out, including this spread we did last week. All right, so this one is down. Just want to make sure everything's glued really well. And then we'll do this one, and then I think I'll just, you know, save, then I have this space that I can use for a big journaling card or whatever it is that I want to do. I cut my pieces 5 1/4 by 8 because my pages are 8 1/2 by 11. That makes this 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And so I just wanted to be able to see that little bit around. So that's what I cut mine to. All right, and now that that's done, we can put that to the side. You want to get out those flowers that I gave you on that sheet. There should be 7 of them, unless you printed 2 sheets, and then you'll have 14. There's also some butterflies and bees in that you might want to add to this. So if you want to cut them out and fussy cut them and ink them up, then yeah, you can definitely do that. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to take each flower and we have to cut off 1 petal. And so I'll do the first one. And what you want to do, and it doesn't matter which petal, it really doesn't, but you just want to kind of cut the petal down and into the center bit here. Okay, so I cut all the way down to there, and then we're going to come around the other side and pretty much do the same thing. Okay, and this is what you should have. My desk is a little distracting, I know. Like that. So we just cut that petal out, and there it is. Okay, and so you're going to do that to all of them. I'll do that now. Okay, so all 7 of mine are cut with that little V. So I went down to the center. Don't worry if it's not like perfectly centered. Don't get caught up in the minutia of it all because it's really not going to be that important. Don't worry too much. This next step would be more important. So what you want to do is you're going to take your flowers and you're going to take one of the petals and fold it over another petal. So you can see Like I'm just putting this petal over that petal, and it's kind of going to become this cone shape. All right. And we're going to glue that together. And it doesn't matter which way you go. So you could glue it either way, completely up to you. But you want to make sure that you put glue on this entire petal like that. Okay, and then we're just going to maneuver that together. And if you want, you can put a little clip on there. Move on to the next one. So again, we're just going to put some glue on this one. And we're going to take this petal and fold it over. So you're going to go ahead and do all of these, all 7, and let your glue dry. So pause the video, do that, and then restart the video. And we're back. And all 7 are glued in that little, looks like a fairy hat. And you can use it as a fairy hat, just turn it the other way. And then we have our fun little petals, which we'll put on our page. And so the next step is, and I like to do it this way, we have to fold it in half over itself. And I like to take this one that we glued together and make sure it's on the side. That's just me. It doesn't really matter, but basically you're folding it in half so that the petals line up as best you can. Okay, so there should be 6 petals now, and you're just kind of folding it so it looks like that. And just do that to all of them. It's a structural thing with this piece here, but if you just glue it in the center, it's fine. It's really all going to work out. This one just doesn't want to fold that way, so guess what? We'll go this way. And nobody's going to see this side really, so don't worry about, if you got glue on there or whatever. You see, this one isn't lining up perfectly. That's okay. So you got to do that with all 7. There we go. Okay. So here we are. And now we want our page back. Well, actually, we don't need our page back yet. Sorry. I am going to put something down under here, though, because I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if this is going to make it any easier. But you want to take your first one, and you're going to face it so your petals are facing left. You can do this the opposite way. Just if you've never done this before, just follow this for now. And I'm going to get a little pen. And we're going to add a little glue about here and here. We're not going to put any on that. Okay? So only do it at the top. You don't want to go all the way down. You just want a little glue at the top there. And then you're going to grab 2 more flowers. Doesn't matter which 2. And you're going to glue one here. Like that. And then you're going to glue the other like this. And you don't want them overlapping in the middle because that might make it not function the way that we want it to. But I do want these to line up. Hey. Okay, now you are going to take another flower and you're going to add some glue here, here, and here. Okay, and again, stay at the top. You want it to stick together, but you don't want the bottom parts to stick together. And you're going to take this one and you're going to put it here at the top. So you see we have these 2 here and these 2 here. This one's going to go up here. If you've made one of these before, you know where we're going with this. And if you're a Ko-Fi enthusiast, I gave you guys one of these last year, so you probably already know where we're going. Okay, and then now we're going to need 2 more, and we're going to put our glue here and here and here and here. Okay, again, we're sticking to the tips. And then we're going to take this and we're going to place it like that. And we're going to take this one and we're going to place it like that. And again, we're trying to keep everything aligned without overlapping these centers. Okay, and then we have 1 more left, and we're going to do these top 3 again. Okay, and now just clamp this and let it dry really, really good, because the next part is important, that everything is super dry. So go make a sandwich, check the mail, check your email, and then come back in like 15 minutes. All right, so I hope you enjoyed your sandwich. I didn't have a sandwich. Don't tell me what to do. All right. Now you want to take your flowers. Okay, and this little V is going to be here facing your center line. And these 3 petals here are going to be facing out. And you want them to sit in the middle, but you don't want them to go over this center divider. Okay, so I think I'll glue mine on this side first, and where we're going to put the glue is on this petal alone. So you're going to glue the whole petal this time. So all of this will get glue, and then on this side we're going to do the same thing. So I'll just make the whole thing will get glue, but just that one petal. All right, so let's do this side first. This is just my art glitter glue, my wet glue. You know, so use what your favorite stronghold glue is. All right, so I'm going to put this side down approximately where I want it. It doesn't matter. You can go up a little or down a little, not too much, but a little. And we'll just let that sit, and then I just want to make sure this will close. It will. So this is why you don't want to go over that little center line. And then we're going to put a little glue in here. And we're going to close this up. See, this one wants to catch. I don't want it to catch. Okay. There we go. All right, we'll give that a second to set. All right, so the final reveal. My glue's been set good, and when we open our page, we get a little explosion of flowers, and you can kind of help it out the first time. After it goes, the first, oops, see, this is why it's so important the glue sticks. I'm not heeding my own words. It's okay. I think I'll put a little piece of tape on there. But let me do this again. Okay, and then little minor repair I had to make there. I'm going to take some of these little creatures, and I think I'll put one right here over my boo-boo. I just thought the ladybug would be good. Yeah, so I'm going to glue my big ladybug there. Kind of help me hold that down too. And you could throw some of your little petals around. Up to you. You don't have to do this. I just like the way it looks. It's kind of fun. And then you can add a butterfly or a bee. You add a little honeybee here. What you don't want is to add your creatures to the creases anywhere, the folds, because then you'd have to fold them up and then they might not pop up. So just get them on a flat surface. I also have this monarch. Maybe I'll put that one over there. Okay, so there we go. And so you get this little pop effect, and it's very satisfying. Now you can make your flowers a little bigger than I gave them to you. You can also, make your own flowers. The key is to have them all symmetrical, and you have to start with 7 petals and then down to 6 so you can get this kind of 3D effect. And that is it. That's our center kind of accents. And then I'll make some cards to put in here and just, put some of the other creatures around. So I hope you enjoyed this little one, this little quick make, and that you definitely decorate yours. Wait, maybe we won't want him in there. Don't forget, you can share all your makes in the Facebook group. I have some posts up for spread 1 and 2, and I'll be with you shortly to work on spread 3. And I'll see you there. Have a great rest of your day or night, guys. Bye.